In an interview with NBC News, Bro Matthew Shingwanja says Namibians have been relying on other countries for things that could be produced locally.
No, apart from negative impact and the effect of COVID, there are also positive of it. Probably it is time that they tell us, or the virus tells us now that, look, think differently, approach issues differently. Don't always rely on certain things. There are certain things which you can do yourself. I think everybody knows now that the manufacturing and distribution of simple things like sanitizers was not known in Namibia. But I'm sure now if we import something like a sanitizer, maybe just something to mix with, not the sanitizers themselves, they are locally made. UNAM is one leading that, and many companies are doing it. So it is also maybe a way to say you have been relying to others for simple things which you can do yourself.
He says employment and self-sustainability can be achieved through agriculture, a possible scenario given the good rains falling across the country.
Typically, of a situation where you have good rains, you are predicting that we'll have good agricultural productivity. Be your animals, be your crops, and so on. Maybe that's the area we look, because you don't need anything else other than ploughing your land, looking after your animals. But still, that's easier said. You may not have implements to plough your land. We don't manufacture them here. So the importation of thereof is a problem. You may have good animals, but you may have not good medicine, because we don't produce them. So you can see the linkages of these things. It's all very disturbing, the whole normal supply chain. But there are certain things which you can do without all these things.
The ministry is also engaging with stakeholders, looking at the impact of COVID-19 on jobs and how to mitigate the situation.
The situation of unemployment is going to be very, very huge, not only in Namibia, but I think worldwide. Currently, ILO is looking at this situation from a global perspective. I think this afternoon we will have a meeting with ILO globally, where we are going to talk about the impact of COVID on employment. So only then we will be able to understand what are the preliminary indicators of how devastated this COVID has on employment. But where we can create employment, we can. We cannot just sit here and say there's nothing to be done.
Selima Henok, NBC News, Windhoek.